Hey folks, Whip here, and welcome on back to Empires, where today I decided to ask my friends to record the intro for a chaotic episode because, well, enjoy!
Hi, Flip Gang! It's
Hey,
your
Flip
boys,
Gang!
Flip Shelby and Flip Ollie, here to do
how's it
another
going?
home makeover video. Today
We're here in Scott's Tavern.
We're in Scott's Tavern, and we're gonna paint it a goblin. That's today's video on the Flip video.
Smash that like button.
I have new merch! Bring home your own limited edition Goblin Flip from the Empires SMB series. And check out the makeshift link in the description to learn more. Goblin Flip comes with a bonk stick to help keep you safe, so order yours before it's gone forever. Leaving Goblin, it's time to start a massive project to create a new spawn for all of the Empires players to have a neutral meeting point, because I think that's needed right about now. I want to keep the campfire around, so I boxed that in with some stone and then started to create the layout for a new meeting room at the new center of spawn, where I thought a big circle meeting room and a central stage for somebody to speak to the group could be a fun way to do it. Then I started working on the outer rings to create some embassies where the other empires will be able to decorate and call their own and put their own spin on the spawn build. Ha, I got him! I am truly a professional, so I finished off the outer ring of the circle with a lot of little circles to make a very big circle to complete the floor plan. This is a pretty big project, so I stopped by Sausage's base to pick up a bunch of dirt as I didn't have too much. Using that, I leveled off spawn with some double dirt action as the terrain had far too many creeper holes in it, and then I got to work designing the first of 3 gatehouses and entrances into spawn, as I want this to be a secure palace type structure that is basically a giant meeting room. With the idea nailed down, I moved around to build this up at the other 2 entrances. All of this stone is temporary, but I need to get the shape in before I can really start thinking about texturing and designing the thing, so it'll help save a lot of time in the long run, I hope. But here we have the first few embassies coming together for each player to call home. Copying that all the way around, and spawn is looking really cool. We've just got to build up this main structure here in the middle. It was around this time we had our first meeting at spawn. As this project is massive, so I asked people to stop by and help me out. Find your chairs, find your chairs. Everybody's got a name, find your chair. A while into that, Pix showed up and he found an ancient crown, which gives him the ability to set a rule on the server that I guess everybody has to follow.
I would like each of you to donate 1 item of national importance to your empire to my museum.
For free?
I've got a really good idea of what we can donate to his museum, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. Oh, it's gonna be a good one. As one last feature I need to add into spawn before we build the main central structure is a nether portal, so people don't have to walk over to Pixelriff's base anymore to use his portal after they die and didn't set their spawn. As soon as I tried getting back to work, I got bothered again. While I was running around restocking my rockets, casually hanging out in Goblin, and working at the new gunpowder factory, minding my own business, the emergency horn sounded. Is that the emergency horn? Tana Amelia! What's the emergency? What's going on? What's the emergency?
I see that you've got a lot of gunpowder here with these stupid bats running things around here. Yes, I'm talking to you. Thank you very much. Anyway, right. So this is all mine. So I'll start taking.
No.
Bats. Look at your new
This is
boss.
very corrupt sheriff of you.
Bats.
Yeah, this is.
Sorry, I'm just introducing myself to the new worker. Bats.
This
look
is
what your new
giving.
boss.
This is giving
They won't
landlord.
respect you, Jimmy.
If they're not going to respect me,
You don't want to
I
do
think
that.
It's time for. Why?
Are you really going to commit a murder right in front of us with evidence? Witnesses? Oh my gosh!
If Jimmy wants a gunpowder war, he's gonna get a gunpowder war. We're just trying to sustain ourselves as his farm produces nearly nothing, and I'm almost always running out of rockets. I've had to run out here in the nighttime and kill creepers to even be able to fly out. Maybe that's why. Maybe that could be partially why. One thing we desperately need here at the farm is actually an AFK point up in the sky so that the farm is working a lot more efficiently. We've got a little over the double chest filled in now, and I think somebody grabs it might have been Lizzie. I don't know. Okay, between the 2 of us, we have about 2 double chests of gunpowder. So a little blimp in the sky as an AFK point and surveillance feature to watch out for any tiny bug-sized sheriffs running around, I think could help us out. Now, if I did my math right, this should be the direct center of the farm. And if we go up 67 blocks from here, this is the perfect AFK point for the creeper farm of being exactly 128 blocks above the killing chamber. Now to get some materials together for this airship. Just just stopped by Catherine's base to grab a little bit of white wool from her. Outside of that, I want a lot of spruce trapdoors, planks, and fences. And then warped wood? Yes, we actually have a lot. Some stairs might come in handy for making the shape a bit more interesting, and some fence gates. For the warped wood, I think I want to strip a lot of this down that we can use for some extra texturing along with warp planks for the hole. I've recently started stripping the logs before I get into building, and it actually helps so much with just getting that extra step done extra fast. Apparently we're being extra, but that's fine. I'm always extra. For a darker color, let's grab a little cyan terracotta. Getting right of the build, I created the perfectly slightly wonky airship sitting up here in the sky. I left the acacia plank in the hole for the AFK point and added a big white air balloon on top to keep the thing afloating. And now we can finally get rid of this. Ah, there we go. Look at it. And look at the little security light arms. Oh, I love them. Look at them. Oh, it's so adorable. This thing has a whole security feature built in. So if you're AFK up here and somebody lands, you get a shrieker sound going. But if you're down in here, sorry for the FPS issue, we're having a weird issue on the server that's causing random drops. But if you're in here, this wall actually blocks it. So you can jump around and move around all you want. And then the guy won't bother you until you leave. We got some booster engines here on the back. We got the big propeller. We got the air balloon. Oh, it's looking great. And this is in the perfect spot here to AFK for a little bit of gunpowder. Been about an hour since I last checked in, and we had a double chest of gunpowder before. Now we've got one, almost two. Oh, that's almost a full double chest in an hour sitting up there. That is very, very exciting stuff. But something else very exciting that we have to deal with right now is sending something over to the museum. Museum. As you can tell, we don't have a museum here in Goblin, so I don't know how to say the word apparently. But I thought one thing that would be absolutely awesome to send to the museum is, well, this giant sign. Why? Because Pix is expecting a single tiny item, but in the rules, he never specified a size. So I'm just gonna drop this on his roof. Except there is one small problem with this, as removing the sign is far too dangerous to the goblin village down below. So using the power of lore to remove the power source from the sign, so now it's completely turned off, we can lawfully give Pixariffs the original Goblin giant power source sign and a new sign to go with it. Step one, flying over to the museum, we need to figure out where the heck we're gonna be putting this thing. And wow, his castle's looking pretty good. This here is the museum. And I don't want to be mean and put the sign right on top of it all. Is there a space in here? Using the power of Goblin vision, it's a little too big to throw inside the actual museum. Now I'm using a schematic to make sure I copy it 100%, and it looks like it'll fit just about over the edge right here. Or right there. It is a stone cliff, and it does say stone. I think it works. I gotta build. And just like that, the Goblin Stone District sign is rebuilt inside of a very stone-filled empire, which I think makes it very... Okay, I'll get off the roof. Oh, jeez. I'm off the roof. I think this is gonna work out perfect here, and I think Pixar's gonna love it. I set up a lectern over here because I'm assuming this is a final resting place for it. We've got a book kind of showing that it's the first energy source, what it is, why it's important, and also that why it couldn't be the actual sign because of risk of death to my own citizens, so I think he'll understand on that one. It's the next day, and I just saw Pixariff's live stream where he saw the sign, and oh my gosh, it's really funny. Oh, that's my rocket. I think that was a successful donation to the museum, but we need to go check up on something because I heard there is some sugarcane being produced over here. Well, not over here like my sign needs it, but this is new and has sugarcane everywhere. It's looking promising. What is this? That's just like a big tube that drops down here. Joel must have seen my note, and this is indeed a godly sugarcane farm. How much is in here already? He's already started filling up the overflow. That's amazing. It might be a little bit of a longer tunnel, but let's go get some rails. We just need a chest for a chest minecart. Digging down underneath the farm, I just need to hook up the rail system over here and connect it in with the existing line I dug earlier. This should be the whole collection system ready to go. So we'll get our sugarcane in here that Joel's got ready for us to transport over, and if I literally just put the minecart right there, it'll start filling. Now it's a little spooky over here, and I think we just send the minecart underground and that'll be fine. Very spooky, very spooky. No. Now, if I just fill this in over here, it should be like nothing was there. Looks like Joel missed the sign, so we can just take it down and get these resources back and dig the line back inside a little bit. Patch this all back in, and time for a little bit of digging. A little while later, the rail is completely hooked up of the sugarcane farmers down there. We've got it coming back into the original rail that I built in the last episode to come across the Gobland Cavern, where I've been doing a little bit of digging and thinking, but mostly digging and a lot more digging because that's all I ever do in this series. Not much thinking, just digging. So much digging. Just kidding, because I've been doing a little thinking and I need to do some more digging. Since we have a minecart coming out of the mountain, I need to make one of the token Gobland things that'll light up as it goes, meaning I needed to do more thinking than I did to swoop into storage and grab some mangrove. And we can go with green terracotta since it is sugarcane. Detector rail right here, where then I need to bring the wall up to here, and our redstone lamp is going to be sitting right there. Looking pretty snazzy, and we are all set to throw a little roof on top of our brand new station, which now the redstone's hooked up to. With the exit done, I need to connect this up to the existing rail to run alongside it all the way back to Animalia, which brings us to here. Unfortunately, it's a little annoying getting on the inside, and I'll let Lizzie expand the cave if she wants to, because, you know, this is her place. I don't need to be doing that. I just need to sneak a rail all the way here on this side of the block. Okay, more digging to do. I've done a lot of tunnel digging in my days as a goblin, and this really takes the cake here, having to dig another tunnel that somebody who's already dug, with the whole thing was move over a line when it didn't need to be. Okay, I don't have to dig anymore though. A few more rails in place, and this whole thing should be connected. And sugarcane can connect all the way from Stratos to Animalia. Kind of weird that it just skips over Gobland, but you know, if Joel's not too happy about us taking this, then that's fine, because I never really got a return note, so in this case, he'll think it's Lizzie taking it back to her base, so it's fine. One final step here is I do need to unload the sugarcane so we can bring a rail back here and have a double chest right here that it loads into. The rail can just work its way around back here, and sorry, Lizzie, I'm taking some of your trapdoors. Comparator looking back at the hopper, goes into a little torch, and then repeater, which then will turn on this rail. Anytime it's taking things out and putting in the chest, this should stop and be able to unload.
Why are you holding a weapon?
Because
you just want to talk.
Yeah, battle princess.
I don't have it on me right now, though. I kept that at home.
There's been some people in here stealing from me recently, so I'm a little on edge when visitors come by.
Well, okay. Well, we have something to give you, actually.
Oh, I like that. I do like gifts.
Here you go.
Tea party. Wear a dress or you'll be shamed forever. Forever.
I'm not very good at spelling.
For Eve.
Wait, it's a princess party. You gotta wear a princess dress.
You know what? I think I got just the thing for the occasion. Have a rock.
Okay, bye, Flip.
Okay, I guess it's time for that tea party, so I'm ready to go over here. Got my princess dress on and everything. Let's do it. Ow.
Introducing Flip from Gobland.
Hello, hello.
Follow us into the ballroom.
Oh, this is a
Tumble
little,
Field.
this is a little bit dang. What's going on
This
here?
is
Where
our
are the balls?
feast. So we will play hide
yeah.
and seek. Ready?
Right,
Everybody
can
know
you
the
do
rules?
real
One,
counting, please?
Go hide.
Jeez.
Oh my
Oh
gosh!
my goodness.
Nobody's gonna find me in here. It's fine.
They'll never see
I
you.
found the door.
We're coming.
Get out of here, Ollie.
Hey! I found you. We found you.
Oh!
Oh, what?
Oh!
I didn't know it was that kind of place. Oh God, why does this hurt so much?
Pigs?
Guys, something's wrong.
Pigs?
Hey,
What?
oh no!
Wait,
Oh,
pigs?
no. Wait, I just
He was just here.
I got his stuff.
Where?
What? He
Where
just
is
died
it?
here. I just picked up the crown and
Withered
the
away.
sword and
He withered
your tea
away?
party. What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I was looking for
What
you
was in
guys
that
and then you
tea?
died.
Who's got the crown?
I
Yeah,
have
who
the
has the-
crown.
Why do you have to?
Well,
Why
I
do you
got out
have
here
the
first.
crown?
That's a
I
little
do.
suspicious.
It wasn't my goal or my plan, but the crown fell into my
King
lap
Scott.
literally.
King
So.
Oh, hail the king.
Uh-huh,
Oh,
fell on your
hail
lap
the
off
king.
of the head of the person you
hail
killed.
the king.
I don't know if I agree.
Oh, ew.
What's the rule, Scott?
Okay, so I've decided with the crown, the rule that everyone needs to follow under my reign is
Wait, 1 second.
what?
What's that? Round the
What?
corner. I
What?
swear I just...
Hello?
Pigs?
What the heck?
Wait,
What
What?
was that?
he's
What on earth?
alive?
Did I see before? Why can I see through you?
Why
Wait,
do you
you're-
look like that?
Are you a ghost?
Skinny.
So,
Tell us your
subjects,
rule.
for the rule, I want each empire to build something of your choice in Chromia. I would like something
Oh.
to represent all
I
of
like
you.
that.
in Chromia.
Physical labor.
Okay, so Scott wants us to build something out of his base for his Emperor's rule. Not really a rule, just like a, hey, do this thing for me. But my entire vibe this season has pretty much been following the rules, but being annoying at the same time, but within the rules. We gotta keep that up. Earlier for Pixarus, the previous ruler, this crown is moving quickly, is we gave him the battery source behind that thing because he wanted artifacts. Scott didn't specify at all what it has to be inside of his base. And that leaves a lot of room for interpretation, which is where we're flying over to Chromia to do a little inspection. Okay, here's one of the sources. There's another. Do we have a third? I guess that's where he wants us to place these inside of the boxes? That seems to make sense. And right here next to this central fountain, we can either take this box over here or this one right here next to the other wagon is gonna be perfect. Whips box. For stage 1 of my plan, I'm building up a goblin wagon here that I can live out of in this region if I need to. A little sci-fi, a little goblin wonk, and a lot of out of place. And I think it's perfect. We can take down these barriers though because we don't need them anymore. But now it's time for stage 2 of my plan. When Scott was given the crown, well, took the crown, I asked him if we could build things underground, and he said yes. Back over in the goblin storage room, inside of my ender chest, I have 4 Skulk Shriekers, but I stopped by Pix's base earlier, and he gave me 16 more. Let's grab some sensors. You might understand where this is going. Now remember, we're 1 within the rules, but number 2 being a little annoying. So if I dig underneath the wagon I just built, we can start laying down all of the Shriekers. If I do 1 sensor in the middle, it's gonna hurt my ears. Oh, it hurts so bad. Okay, ow, ow. It's not fun anymore. But anywhere within here, the security alarm goes off. But we need the security alarm to have a little bit more, ow. Ow, okay, ow. Okay, very much ow. I really should have left those wool blocks in here. I think 1 went to like right here. So if we put a Shrieker there, that'll pick it up and make the range a little bit bigger. Moving around to the rest of the perimeter of my little plot, I added in a bunch more Shriekers wherever I could fit them. Fully primed and ready to go. If anybody comes close to the goblin caravan, it might make their ears bleed just a tiny bit, but that's perfect. It's our security system. He said I could build something here. I built something here. There were no specifications on what it was. Remember, within the rules, slightly annoying. That's the vibe. Trying to think of a few ways to improve this thing, and I waterlogged all of our sensors, and now it's so much more sudden. Oh, it's awful. Oh, it's absolutely terrible, and I love it. Moving back to the spawn build today, as I want to complete the loop and complete the stone model of spawn. We'll get some more texture in here in the future, but to make sure the shape is interesting, I need to make sure it all works out of just 1 block first. With the base pillars in, I added on the first roof layer, then began planning out the next set of arches to help make this build stretch even further into the sky as the circle gets smaller and smaller. With 2 more arch and roof segments being added to the central spawn building, it towers above the rest of the region. And I want to make sure I add in a little bit of detail here as I do have some of the blocks on me, so I want to replace the highest little arch in there with a design I love using cauldrons and some hoppers to create a tiny archway, and then some fences and deep slate to finish it off with a soul lantern in the middle. Coming back over to spawn now, where we don't have any detail in here outside of the base generic shapes, and I gotta say, this thing is starting to look really, really good. I'm really happy to say that I'm at the point where I can start incorporating other people into the project. Like, I know Shelby wants to work on the interior in here. I've talked with Sausage about potentially reworking the campfire zone and really decorating that into a cool garden. And I'm looking for a few other people that are going to help with like decorating out here and all of that good stuff. But if you have any ideas of what we need to be including here, please be sure to let me know down in the comments below. But I've taken so long on this video already, so that's going to have to do it today. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're brand new, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side.